Hi everyone, welcome to Meditation with Annemarie. This is part 19 of my 21-part series on coping with change using your inner power. So today I'll be drawing our 19th power for us to practice to help us stay on track and to help us cope better with change. So all the powers I'm sharing with you are based on my book, Will to Wonder, Principles on the Loss and Recovery of Power. And the book is based on our teachings as Brahma Kumaris. So let's draw a power. Perfect. The power of love and purity. So the power of love and purity is the ability to love myself unconditionally, enabling me to love everyone and everything without expectation. To love and nurture myself consistently so that the love I show others has no strings attached. The freedom lies in not seeking a return. So I am an angel. The love for myself is so pure that I only give and receive the same. I do not waste my precious time entertaining emotional rubbish of others, nor do I allow myself to be pulled down into a negative atmosphere. Instead, I stay light and elevated because I am content. So the supporting virtues that help us practice love and purity is having an open heart, being honest, using our power to discern, tolerance, cooperation, and open-mindedness. So another wonderful power for us to practice this week or this fortnight. So let's start with a meditation. So starting with the breath deep into your belly. Allow yourself to turn inward, to check into the mirror of your heart. As you take a breath, ask yourself, how loving am I being to myself today? How genuine am I being in my own right, in my own worth? Am I standing in my power with peace and love and sending that gentleness outwards? Or do I have conditions attached to my love? Do I have strings attached, wanting some kind of return? How much am I truly loving myself today? Am I able to give into the world without seeking a return? Or do I have a secret agenda? Do I need to be needed, need to be loved? Or am I able to give myself that because I understand my true worth? I understand my true power as a means to understand and truly love those around me. Whether I like the roles they play or not is irrelevant. Just let me love the soul within, because I recognize the beauty, because I look through the mirror of my own heart. So let me practice this self-love again and again throughout my day as a means to stay tolerant of the world around me, as a means to keep on giving without becoming jaded or hard or feeling entitled to some kind of return. Love is free. Love is who I am. I cannot take it from others, nor can others take it from me. So let me stand peacefully in my power. So that I can be the example and demonstrate to the world what true love is. Love is a feeling. So let me share that feeling through vibration. For vibration is very subtle. Yet we all know if we are in a room of vibration of anger, or if we're in a room with vibration of love. So let me be love and feel myself first and foremost, so I can send out love without ever expecting any kind of return. And this is pure love. Om Shanti. So love and purity, such a beautiful power to be practicing in a world, especially today where there's very little pure love. It's more love with conditions attached, strings attached. And because we're all coming from a space of insecurity, of fear, of imbalance, because we're not recognizing our own internal beauty. And if I don't recognize my own internal beauty, I'm not going to recognize the beauty, internal beauty of others. And so whatever I'm going to give into the world, I'm going to expect, I'm going to seek some kind of return. And that automatically blemishes the love that I put out there. So pure love stems from a clean heart. And the more I clean up my own internal environment through turning inward again and again and again and working with my inner environment, cleaning up my own inner home, that's love and purity, because it's not based on anything that I can take from others, anything that I can take from outside of myself, because that's all temporary at best. But when I learn to open my heart to universe, to the higher being, the divine source of all power, and strengthen this relationship, then this relationship's going to be purer. And then the relationship out there is going to be purer, because I'm just going to give, because I'm constantly filling myself up. But when I block myself here, I'm going to have an inner struggle, and that's going to be sent outward. So the love that I give is going to be confused to thinking that love is about giving and taking, which is how we are conditioned to live with others. We are conditioned to believe that love is about giving and taking. But really, love is about giving. And the more I give, the more I will automatically receive. But when I'm looking for that return, then I'm instantly placing conditions on that love. And that doesn't come from a full heart. That comes from an empty space. So when I'm looking for conditions, for my conditions to be met, I'm going to put heaviness on the love that I send out. And that heaviness is tainted with all sorts of insecurities, all sorts of negativities, all sorts of pain and hurt and discomfort. And I'm going to receive more of the same because we're playing in an area that's impure. So when I'm playing in an area that's impure, I'm going to look to others to validate me. And when I look to others to validate me, they are going to dictate the terms. Whereas if I'm continuing this relationship, there's automatic validation because love is a feeling. And when I open up to this relationship, I feel full. And when I'm constantly full, I overflow. And that love is able to be given for free because I have so much abundance. But when I'm coming from an empty space, because I don't recognize my own beauty, I'm not clear on this relationship, I'm not clear on this relationship, then I'm going to struggle with the relationships outside of myself. I'm going to look to others to validate me. I'm going to want some kind of confirmation that I did good. And I'm going to control what I'm going to give back. And so that's all based on conditions. The more I give with conditions, the more I'm going to get with conditions. Whereas if I'm just focusing on just continuing this amazingly open, unconditional, peaceful, loving, with so much worth that I need nothing external. And so external becomes a bonus. Anything external becomes a bonus, but I'm not attached to it, whether it's something or someone. I'm not attached to it because I'm attached up here. This is my constant link. This is my constant charging station. So then I can create pure thoughts. And the more I continue to create pure thoughts about myself, about others, about the world, the more I'm going to transform my own weaknesses, the easier it is to me to be enabled to give myself to the world, and the world is able to give freely back without feeling that I have control over them. So it stops me from manipulating others, and it stops me from being manipulated by others. So that's true power, when I'm able to not be the puppet to the world around me, nor do I become the puppet master. I am simply working on myself, on my own internal being, because I now recognize the amazing being that I truly am, the being of love, the being of light. And so there is no need for external validation. There is no need for recognition. I don't need to prove myself. I certainly don't need a return. So even if I'm giving someone a gift with love, and I genuinely am giving from a place of love, then I shouldn't even need a thank you to validate the gift. And often we think, I don't expect anything, but they could at least say thank you. So there's an expectation. So, of course, it's nice for people to say thank you, but if I'm genuinely giving something with love, with no expectation of any kind of return, then I shouldn't be upset if they like the gift or not. That shouldn't be a reflection on what I'm doing. I'm giving because I'm full, and I want to share this. That's all. The second I'm upset because I didn't get a thank you or some kind of acknowledgement, know that there were still strings attached to it. Know that that means that I'm still not truly loving myself, coming from a full heart, and that is why I'm looking for that return. When I need to be needed by others, it means I'm looking to validate myself. This relationship hasn't become strong enough. This relationship hasn't become strong enough. That doesn't mean I go and beat myself up. It just means recognize it, acknowledge it, take a breath, and allow yourself to turn inward and upward more. And the more I do, the less I'm going to need to get that validation from others. And so it takes self-awareness to not compromise my own love and to not compromise others in the process. And the more I'm able to love myself inside out, the less I'm going to be caught in a world of materialism, because I see the inner beauty. I see the intangible beauty. I see the eternal beauty. I see the eternal relationship that never dies, that the relationship that's always there to support me, the relationship that's always has my back, that I can trust 150% to give me what I need, to constantly support and encourage and uplift me. And that is that honest, that pure love that comes from otherworldly place. It's certainly not a physical thing, because as we can see in the physical world, there's always some kind of attachment, always some kind of expectation, some kind of, did I do good? Did they do good? So there's always this should or this could or this would. And when I come from that genuine heart space, life simplifies. Because we make life, as humans, we make life so incredibly unnecessarily complicated. And once we understand that love is simple, that love is beauty, that love is power, and that starts inside of me, then I'm giving myself a chance in the world. I'm giving myself an opportunity to grow and not limit myself to the roles I play or the roles I have been playing, that I have the ability to change the roles and to play any role that I feel is empowering to me, that is worthy of my love and my truth and my honesty. And that is the power of love and purity. So it allows me to set boundaries, not with aggression or force, but with that genuine love for myself and that genuine love for others. So I don't become the rescuer and try and save others, nor do I try and control others, nor do I compromise my own value or compromise or sacrifice my own true power. So I hope you got a little bit of benefit out of that today, and let's finish off with a meditation. So once again, taking a nice breath deep into your belly, relaxing your shoulders, Making sure your spine is straight. You can have your eyes open or you can have your eyes closed. Either way, I want you to turn inward into your loving heart. And I want you to see a bright light. And I want you to expand that light to connect with the light in the middle of your forehead, where I, the soul, reside. And all I want you to do is to imagine yourself this amazing, beautiful being of light, this sparkling star in the middle of your forehead, connected to your beautiful open heart. And firstly, I want you to allow that light to expand and fill your entire body. I want you to feel that light uplifting as it transforms any dark areas, any painful, uncomfortable areas in your body. And just allow yourself to fill up. Don't worry about anything or anyone else for this moment. This is you respecting you. This is you recharging you and resetting you as a means for your love, your internal, your eternal love to flow within you and to flow around you. To see yourself filling and filling and filling until you start spilling out from the middle of your forehead, just like a lighthouse, standing tall, standing strong, simply connected to the divine power of all energy, the divine source of all power. And all you're doing is just sending that love and that light outward with no expectation of any kind of return, because you are so full and overflowing. You need nothing from the external world. All you're doing is just giving. Just sending it out. With love, with purity of thought. For the cleaner your love, the purer your thought, the easier it is to send that love out, the easier it is to let yourself overflow so that others can take what they need without you ever feeling empty or resentful or feeling taken for granted. For you are constantly filling yourself with divine light, and you are constantly strengthening your own inner light, because you now know what you are worth, and you now understand the true meaning of pure love. Know that you can shine your bright inner light anywhere, anytime. You don't need to just sit quietly somewhere. You can be in the middle of a busy shopping centre and just imagine yourself being that lighthouse, so that you can remain part of the solution instead of getting pulled down into the heaviness of life. So stay beautiful, keep shining bright, like the bright star that you are, and simply fill up and simply shine out. Om Shanti.